Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Hope you guys are doing well and I hope you're happy to see my face again. I know it's been a while. As for me, I've been good. I've been great actually. When the weather is good, my mood is good. So right now we're in the peak of summer. It's like 31 degrees. It's super hot, but I'm loving it. This is the weather we've been praying for all winter long. So I'm just gonna soak it all in and embrace it. I've been having fun, summer activities, summer fun. It's a hot girl summer. I'm part of the hot girl crew, part of the Say Girl summer, so it's been lit, it's been fun. Hope you guys are having fun too. And if you guys want to catch up with what I'm doing, make sure to follow me on the gram. I'm gonna put my Instagram here or there. But you guys could just go there, check me out, see what I'm up to. I'm always out and about and I love to like make stories and all that stuff, so go follow me there. Why not? So today I have a very enlightening video for you guys. I was thinking about this for a while and I didn't know how to curate it in the best way to deliver this, but now I've taken this is why you see the pen in my hand. I've taken some notes, I've made some observations, and I've been able to put it all together. So that's what I'm going to be giving you guys in this video. I feel like I'm talking so fast, I'm like rapping, but that's what I'm going to be giving you guys in this video. So this video is going to be about the pros and cons of mentorship. And I know if you guys clicked on this link, you're wondering like, are there any cons to mentorship? Because mentorship is an amazing thing. And when I say cons, I'm talking about a situation where you're not going to get the best out of your mentorship and how to pick up on those things early so you can fix it, or how to avoid these things entirely. That's what I mean by cons. So first off, what is mentorship? So mentorship is a situation where someone with deeper knowledge and understanding and experience is willing to give you their time to help you understand that certain situation, which is what you would want to gain from that person. Speaker off. Okay, so that's basically what mentorship is. So as someone who is an engineering graduate, I feel like the engineering space is very understanding of the need for mentorship. So I've been exposed to a lot of mentorship programs, a lot of mentoring programs, a lot of mentors in general, and there's that very healthy understanding of the need to nurture the younger students who are coming up, the younger engineering students. So I'm very grateful for that. But also there are different types of mentorship, just so you can have an understanding of the different types you might come across. So there's mentorship where it's structured and it's an actual mentorship program. So I signed up for one of those before. I signed up with the OSPI mentorship program. So basically they had a system where they had like a portal where you could see all the mentors and you could see all the mentees as well. So the mentees would take the time out to reach out to those mentors because they can see they are related to what they would want to specifically get some understanding about. So basically you could see things like a mentor from like a business program who's a business professional, mentor from the pharmaceutical industry, mentor from this specific industry or that specific industry. And that was very useful because at least you know how to go and put your focus into the best possible option. And there's also another type of mentoring, which is the most organic way, where you meet someone at some networking event, or you connect with someone organically at some place, or you reach out through LinkedIn just to like pick their brain, and then you guys form a relationship where that person feels invested in your success or in your growth, in your professional growth, or in your life growth in general. So I would say I've had a variety of experience in the mentoring realm. I also consider myself a mentor sometimes to younger engineering students or younger students in general when I do have the time. But I've noticed that for mentorship, it could be a hit or miss. It means the goal of mentorship is supposed to be positive, it's supposed to be fruitful, it's supposed to be helpful, but it's not like that in every situation. So what are the pros of mentorship? Let's dive in. A big pro for me and for most people is gaining career perspective. When you finally meet like professional in the field that you're trying to go into, it's like such a wonderful feeling. You just want to hold on to them and ask them so many questions. So in that sense, when you are able to meet someone from your discipline or from an industry that you're trying to go into, they can give you some type of perspective and give you some understanding of what to expect in that discipline, some things that you might not have ever even known because you had one idea of what that industry was about, and now that they work in that industry, they can give you some perspective. So that's a big pro for sure. The second pro is having someone to relate to. Who doesn't like to have someone to relate to? So when you have someone who has gone through the same program that you're going through now, or has gone through the same job search struggle, and maybe someone who has gone through the same industry struggle that you're going through right now, but has overcome it and is in a different scenario, not a different situation, meeting them and able to relate to them, to be able to feel like, okay, I'm not crazy, okay, at least I think I handled that situation well, did I? And then they give you their perspective, and just being able to relate, oh, remember this, oh, how do I do this, oh, did you go through this, I went through this, oh my god, wonderful. So that's also really good to have. Another pro that I think is very useful is that some mentors are able to provide opportunities. So some mentors, please note before I move on, this is not the job of your mentor. They're not supposed to hand you jobs and opportunities straight off the bat. It's usually like a gradual process. So if you're going in there expecting that, I'll get into that in the con. So a pro is providing opportunities. Some mentors are able to have opportunities on hand. Maybe they already knew about a situation that's going on and they feel like it would be very useful for you. They are able to at least give you that push to apply here, or give you that push to go for this event, or give you that push to put yourself out there, because they feel like it will be useful for you. The fourth one is, that follows very closely to what I just said, to the other one I just said now, is networking. So some mentors are very useful with telling you the exact spots to go to, or the exact events that you need to go meet people and network, or at least even giving you the understanding of the importance of networking. I know my mentors that I had, they always sent me links to different events that were happening, job fairs that I didn't even know about. So they sent me that, or networking events where I can meet other engineers like me, engineering graduates, or engineering students, or engineering professionals. Like, I know my mentors always sent me things like that, and I was so grateful to them for that, because when I went to those events, I made a lot more connections as well, people that I could reach out to and ask questions. So that's a very big pro, being able to get an inside scoop into the different networking events that will be useful for you as a mentee. The last pro I'm going to talk about is accountability. A big plus about having a mentor is the fact that they are going to hold you accountable. So if you meet your mentor and you talk about wanting to do this, that, and all these beautiful things, and the next time you meet with them, they're going to want to know, so how are you moving forward towards this goal that you mentioned before? What have you been doing so far? Have you been doing nothing? Are you giving up? They're going to hold you accountable because you've been telling them that I want to do this, I want to do that. They've given you the advice on how to do certain things, and they want to see if you're actually applying. So they would be on top of you, and I think it's very useful. Most people don't like that kind of pressure, but I think it's very useful, because that's what a lot of us need to be able to move forward with the goals that we write down. We need to actually make it a reality. And when you have someone there who's like, are you doing this? What are you doing so far? Do you need help? Do you want me to refer you to this person? What do you need? That is always a good thing. So let's dive into the cons. The cons of mentorship, if there are any. So I feel like a big con is not understanding, this is usually from the mentee side, not understanding the purpose of the mentoring. Some mentees get excited when they meet a professional or someone that they look up to, and they're like, oh my god, I just want some mentorship from you, and they don't even take the time to understand what the purpose of you latching onto that person is. What do you want to gain from that person? What should you be gaining from that person? So all these questions, you haven't taken the time to really analyze it. You're just happy having that connection there, but you're not really utilizing that connection. So that is one con of mentorship, where it becomes a very stagnant relationship, because there's no real value that is being brought out of the relationship, because you don't know what the purpose is, first of all. The second and the most important one to me is mentees thinking that their mentors are the solution. And I say that full stop, are the solution to any and every problem, the solution to their job search, the solution to their networking issues, the solution to everything. Your mentors are not there to fix every problem you have. They're there to kind of guide you, and then for you to use them as a reference point. When I was looking for a mentor, because I felt like I needed guidance, I just thought like maybe that they were going to give me all the answers. They knew what I should be doing, where I need to apply to, how my resume should look, the cover letter, blah, blah, blah. So they knew everything. And they don't know everything. They just know enough to at least guide you, or they know things from their perspective. But when you go in with that kind of frustration, expecting them to provide every and any solution, you're already straining that relationship, and you're being too reliant and too dependent on your mentor to make things happen for you. So you got to understand the difference between them providing guidance and them spoon feeding you, because you thinking that they are the solution is you thinking they need to spoon feed you for every single thing, and that's not how it is. A third one is not tracking progress or just winging it. You cannot just wing your life. Don't do that. I do not recommend. Can't just be winging everything. No, you have to actually track things so you can actually visually see the progress and see places where you need to put more effort, or where you need to adjust, or where you need to make changes. So if you're going to be meeting with a mentor, structured or non-structured, you should take notes about things that you guys discuss during the meeting. Take notes, and also on your own personal time, you need to have goals on what you want to achieve from having this mentor here, and things that you think that they can help you with, and the input. I need to see if you're moving towards those goals or you're not. You can't just wing it, because your mentor is not, they're not telepathic. They can't see what's in your mind. They can only go off of what you present to them. So you have to take that accountability and actually track your progress and see where you need their input. I like to write stuff down, so I put in my diary, or I like to use Excel as well and track stuff. So just make sure you're at least tracking your progress and seeing if you're moving closer to what the end goal is. So another thing is you being very restrictive with the process. And what I mean by this is that your mentor is a person as well. That is a connection that you have made. You can't be very restrictive, just thinking, oh, focus, focus, focus. What can we do? My goals, my goals, my goals. That is also a relationship that needs to be nurtured. That is a relationship that needs to also grow and blossom for something long term. Because I'm sure if they're doing so much, they're adding so much value to your life, you would like to have them around for a while, even when it's not a very structured mentoring relationship anymore. So definitely be flexible in that situation and try and nurture the relationship. So another con, especially for more structured mentoring situations, is that it could end up being a waste of valuable time. A waste of valuable time in the sense where, because it's structured, you probably have set up times to meet very regularly. And when you guys meet up, what are you discussing? Are you guys easily swayed into talking about personal stuff and forgetting what the goal of the meeting is? Or are you able to stay focused? So there's situations where, because you have built such a rapport with this person, you kind of lose track of what you guys are there to do at those meetings. You're there to analyze your goals and like see how far you've come, hold each other accountable and things like that. But then you lose track sometimes when you're talking about so many other things apart from the purpose of the meeting. So in that sense, it's a lot of valuable time that's kind of lost, because you're meeting all the time, but you're losing track of what the goal is and what the essence of the meeting is. In this case, it's very important that both parties hold each other accountable. As a mentor, you need to make sure that like you wrangle the situation back in, like, hey, let's focus, let's talk about this, what about this? And as a mentee, you need to respectfully know how to switch from all the personal talk all the time into focusing on what you're there for, because you are there to actually gain some type of value. You need to make sure that every time you're leaving a meeting, you're gaining something, you're adding value to your life. Another con is unclear communication that can lead the mentee into more confusion. So people are different, obviously, and in most situations, students who are very unsure about where they're going, or new graduates who are very vulnerable about like the whole job search process, they might be a bit sheltered. They might be like a bit naive. Yeah, a bit naive about certain situations. And if a mentor is giving information, trying to help out, I feel like they need to be very clear in what kind of solution they're providing. They need to be very clear in how they could execute this type of solution or what they need to do. So trying to not be vague would be very helpful to that student, because most of the time people are lost about situations, but they kind of try to save face and just be like, okay, you know, yeah, for sure I would look into that, blah blah blah. But as a mentor, you really need to dig a little deeper and be like, do you understand what I'm saying? Do you need me to expand on how to go about this thing that I'm advising you on? Clearer communication and really digging deeper would help, especially with students and new grads who are not as forthcoming. Not just students and new grads, let me just be clear, mentorship is for all ages, everything. But the kind of mentorship I've been exposed to has obviously been as a student or as a new grad, so I keep on referencing that. But I support mentoring till whenever, as long as there's always something to learn, guys. Let me tell you something, there's always someone who knows a lot more about your situation than you do, so there's always something to learn from that. But for students and new grads, they're still a bit naive, a bit like shy about like expressing what they're actually trying to do. So when you're giving out advice, just make sure you're very concise and make sure you're very detailed about how they can execute these ideas. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I am very happy that I was able to give you guys this video because I think it's going to save a lot of people time and effort. And it's going to also help you understand that mentoring is not just a wing it situation. You got to be very grateful that you have a mentor who's willing to share information. And you have to do yourself a favor and take the time to make sure you're getting the most out of that connection. Some quick tips actually is to always be respectful, because people like respectful people. I mean, it's a no-brainer. Be on time, always follow up. So if they ask you to reach out to them for something or follow up with them at a different time, make sure you do follow up so they can tell that you are serious about your advancement. Apply the things that you learn. So if you learn something during this meeting, apply it before the next meeting if you can, just so they know that you're really taking what they're saying seriously and that their time is not being wasted. Be open to a variety of mentorships. Don't just get fixated on one mentor and want to squeeze out everything from them. Branch out. This is not a situation where like if you have multiple people, it's called cheating, okay? This is a good thing to have, like multiple mentors. You want to make sure you're getting mentorship for maybe life mentoring or mentorship for finance over here, mentorship for your industry, mentorship for anything. I said this before in the con, but also again, don't go in there with through the roof expectations. Just understand that you might gain something, you might gain a lot more than you bargained for, but don't go in there expecting the world from your mentor. It is a process that takes time and effort. It is not automatic. You don't meet one time with a person and boom, all the solutions are on the table. No, you gotta meet with the person, you gotta dig deeper into the situation, figure things out, learn about you, learn about them. It's a process. The more you meet up with a person, the more they're able to gauge who you are and what they feel like will be best for you. And basically, like with anything, it takes time and it takes energy. So it's a process. Understand it and respect it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe and tell your friends to subscribe, because you can't just be enjoying this information by yourself and not sharing it with others. It's not fair. It's not nice. So subscribe. Let me know in the comments down below what videos you would like me to do. And let me know in the comments as well if you enjoyed this video, what you learned from this video, or what you can relate to. All right? Okay, see you guys some other time. Bye. Enjoy your summer.